Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Kingz in Konversation. I'm your boy, Mike Hurd.
I'm Enrique.
And my name is Mocha.
And we are three kings. Yes, I said kings. Right? And we get together just so that we can have conversations on topics that we believe are interesting, and we hope that you believe are interesting as well. We want to thank you all so much for all of the support that we have been getting, right?
Yeah. A lot of positive feedback. We're appreciative of that.
Yes, we are.
Even the negative comments that you guys want to leave, we like that too.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
As long as they are
Respectful.
exactly. So, our first topic today is going to be about Zaya Wade, who just had a birthday.
13th birthday.
Yes, happy birthday,
Happy
Zaya.
belated
birthday,
now.
Zaya.
Well, yes,
Happy belated
birthday, right? It's your birthday. Go ahead, get stupid. Now, we don't know if you're allowed to twerk or anything like that, but, we're happy that you turned 13 and it's your birthday. So what you want to talk about?
With Zaya, I do like the fact that Zaya lives out loud and unapologetic herself.
Yes.
I am very appreciative of the fact that Dwayne Wade is super supportive
Yes.
of Zaya. There was a picture that surfaced on this past week where Zaya has dyed her hair pink.
Yes.
And he dyed his hair pink as well.
Which I thought was...
It's more of a reddish, and hers is pink.
I remember that picture. I can't remember what color it was.
And it came
though.
up under a lot of scrutiny of people saying this is why we can't raise strong men in America today because we're doing these type of things. And I beg to differ.
Right.
But I know some people who are watching who may be of heterosexual persuasion may think that I beg to differ because I am of an alternative lifestyle. However,
a different orientation.
Yes.
Right. Because lifestyle is very different from
gotcha.
orientation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I'm of a different orientation.
Yes.
And I also eat. But I do love the support because the one thing that people have to have in life, whether heterosexual, homosexual, pansexual, transsexual, whatever,
Right.
is support. Support is
Exactly.
very important in life, and a lot of people don't understand that can take you a long way. And I applaud Dwayne Wade for his efforts for what he does for Zaya because it's already hard dealing with the feelings.
Exactly.
And then having to deal with those feelings and those emotions at home, or having to shelter those feelings or subdue those feelings, it's a hard task. So for them to embrace Zaya the way they do, I am absolutely for it. I love it. I applaud y'all. And for anybody that's against y'all,
Period.
Right. What do you want to say on that?
Well, I like you said, I really appreciate the support that Zaya gets from her family. I know a lot of times, especially heterosexual families, they're more concerned about what people are going to say about them.
Exactly.
And they're more concerned about being embarrassed. And what I like is that, her parents embraced her, and they even reached out to Pose,
Exactly.
to get a little guiding and to get a little coaching as to, how to raise her, and how to understand
That
the
is
LGBTQ community, so I really appreciated that as well.
well, let's make sure
Right.
that we don't just say her parents, because we have to remember that Gabrielle Union is not her
biological
mom.
Right. Because
Go ahead.
I heard.
Yes.
I heard.
And it is reported.
I don't know how true it is,
Exactly.
but I heard
Allegedly.
that Zaya's biological mother is the one that's disowning her and dropping F-bombs on her. And
It has been reported that we don't know if that is true. However, we do know that Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade have stepped up to be amazing. Supportive parents. I would definitely love to include Zaya's biological mother. I'm not for sure what side of the fence that she may be on. But at the end of the day, when we look at this as a whole, I think it is so important for our community, and when I'm talking about the Black community, for us to start educating ourselves concerning sexuality. Again, we have to go back to where all of this started, which is from uneducated religious beliefs.
Yeah.
That if you are of a different sexual orientation, then it's demonic or it's the devil. And because of that, it causes so many different issues and problems. So for someone to make a comment, which I did read that comment, that this is why we can't raise strong Black men, what do you mean by strong?
Exactly. What abusive, whores.
Exactly.
It's so many negative connotations.
So wait a minute. So let me ask you this. And we may get censored for me saying this, but are you saying that you're only strong if you like?
Exactly.
Because that confuses me.
Yeah.
To me, let me tell you what strong is. Paying your bills on time. being an honest human, being someone who has a good heart and who supports people, someone who is selfless when it comes to other people. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Being able to stand against criticism.
Yes.
Being able to stand against being bullied.
Yes.
Being able to stand up for what you believe
That's
in when you have the media attacking you.
Exactly.
That's called being resilient.
And what did you just say, which is
educated.
important? And educated.
A lot of men that are quote unquote so-called manly men,
right,
are uneducated, or are they're not affiliated with the education
right.
that they should have, because they thinking, I'm a man, I don't have to do that. Just because you work on cars does not make you a man. Just because you wear Timberland boots does not make you a man.
Right.
Those things America has put in our brains to make us think that makes you a manly man, and it doesn't.
Right. But you know, one of the things that contributes to that crazy thinking is that if you are a thug,
yes,
then that means that you are tough, and you are strong.
That's why so many homosexuals
trying
to give off that thug appeal, because they want.
And what is the word that we call them? What's the word that we use that starts with a T that we call them? Men who are really gay, but they act trade, exactly,
or Trish.
And so, but Zaya, we just want to say to you how much we appreciate your stand. You have been given a platform, and you are handling it so well,
articulate.
Absolutely.
Because even when Zaya decided to walk in her true sexual identity, and let us educate ourselves. There is a difference from sexual identity and sexuality.
Exactly.
And just because Zaya identifies as female does not mean that she's going to grow up to like men.
No, it doesn't.
That doesn't mean that. And so for people to make ignorant, especially people who have platforms, to make ignorant comments and perpetuate ignorant thinking is not helping our community at all. Which leads us to our next topic that I think you brought up in our meeting, which was really good, about heterosexual parents who raise LGBT plus children. You're a father.
Right.
Damn.
Right.
Well, we're going to do both parts. We're going to do heterosexual parents that raise LGBTQ children, and homosexual parents who raise heterosexual kids.
Child.
Because you're a parent as well.
Down. And I just knew my daughter was going to come out gay.
Well, see, I knew my son
And
at the age of 14, I remember him telling me about an incident on a school bus where they were bullying a young lady. And he said he sat in the seat with her and he shielded her, and he was like, just because she's different, don't do her that way. And when he came home and told me, it warmed my heart, because it meant that I did something right.
Exactly.
And he said that people should not judge people for the choices that they make.
Exactly.
And because my choice was different than yours, you shouldn't ridicule me. Just embrace it or realize it's not for you.
Exactly.
And he was 14. Like that really, I was like, oh my God. But that did a whole lot. And my son is like a manly man. Like,
I love it.
But he's very
much
embracive.
so.
He's gone to the AIDS walks with me and all of those things. He's not
supportive,
judgmental at all.
That's
wow.
Good.
He
That's
told
really
me, "You my dad. Every time I called you, you've been there.
See,
I know you love me, and
See,
he's good with it, and he's straight."
See,
I'm just a little different.
See, I had a wonderful experience with my daughter, and I was extremely nervous because I know that according to my daughter's mother's religious beliefs, being gay is a sin. So I did not know what type of influence she was going to have on her. But my daughter, and I'm so grateful for my daughter's mom, that was probably the best decision I ever made in my life, to have a baby with this woman. And even though things didn't work out with us, she's been an amazing mother, right? Hopefully she'll knock some of my child support off for that. But my daughter is so embracive of her pansexual father. Like, she loves me. She supports me. She even said, Dad, I want to go to gay pride. I want to, celebrate with you. And it's amazing because she even has gay friends, like the gay guys at her school. They love her and they can relate. And I remember when people tried to shame my daughter, and then, people were just like, oh, your dad this, your dad that. And she was like, but he's a good dad.
That's what matters. And that's what a lot of people stop worrying about what I'm doing in privacy.
Exactly.
Stop worrying about what I'm doing in my house.
Or in public.
Well, but it's me.
Right.
As long as I'm there for my child, I'm taking care of them, I'm providing for them financially, spiritually, emotionally, you have nothing to do with that.
Exactly.
Then you have the heterosexuals who raise the LGBTQI plus people, and like Gabrielle and Dwayne, and they're embracive and they're understanding.
Right.
I know growing up, I had a lot of friends who would always say, "I wish I had your life."
Wow. Because your parents were supportive.
So and when they came out to their parents, or their parents found out they were gay, it became a situation, and some of them were put out of their houses.
Right.
And I just feel like if that is for a mother, especially if you have given this child life inside of you for 9 months,
and then to push this.
Literally, this has been a part of it,
especially in the name of God.
For 9 months.
It's the religion that causes them to do it, though, because that's what happened to me.
Wow.
When I came out to my mom, you know, and we're good now.
Thank God.
You know, we're good. Thank you.
Yes.
We're good now, but then my mom was like, "I'm not having this in my house. I don't want you around the siblings this way."
Right.
Yada yada yada, and I had to leave.
Wow.
You know, and it was all because of religion and what was being taught in the church. You know, teaching, you know, people that, you know, it's an abomination, and that, you know, if you keep them in the house, it could happen to the siblings, and yada yada yada.
Because they think it's spiritual, like they think it's spiritual transfer. I know with my mother, you know, that was the same situation, except she didn't really put me out, but there were a period of like 10 years where we were not close. And I want to give a huge shout out to my Aunt Bobby, who one day sat down and talked to my mom. And I don't know what that conversation detailed. I don't know what happened, but my mom came to me and she apologized. And when I asked her, I said, "Mom, what was the problem?" She was honest. She said, "I was embarrassed."
Yeah, see, that was the thing with my mom.
That's a lot of
She said, "I raised you to be this powerful preacher." These are her words. She said, "I raised you to be this powerful preacher, someone who God could use to change the world." And I'm like, "Mama, God's still about to use me."
He can still use me.
But in her eyes,
Yeah.
even to this day, in her eyes, I'm still not ready to be used by God. But yet, she embraces me more now. And it's a little bit easier now. Like, she is okay with the fact that I am who I am. She loves, you know, who I love. She's okay with, you know, where I'm at. She still wants me to get delivered. Shout out to you, Mom, Pastor Charlotte Allen. What is your dad's name?
Bishop Gregory L. Fan.
Hey.
And the thing with my dad, he was never embarrassed.
Wow.
Well, that's
What
really
he told
good.
me was that a lot of times when he would go around other preachers, they would say to him, "How can you accept this from your son?" And he said that if it's a sin, my son has to deal with it.
Wow.
I'm not pushing my son. That's my.
But what I love, his words were if.
Right. That's what he said.
Because do you know how many people believe it's a sin just based on what they read and not what they studied,
Not what they've studied
and what they
learned.
heard someone else preach, not what they know for themselves. So I definitely think that is a really, really big, you know, subject to talk about when we're talking about heterosexual parents who raise LGBT, because some of you all need a support group.
Everybody needs a support group.
Exactly. And then let me say this to all of the parents, and I know we're going a little bit over time. If your child is LGBTQ plus, whatever, it is not your fault.
It's not.
People are who they are.
And you did not make a mistake nor birth a mistake. It's not a mistake.
Exactly.
Just embrace it.
Exactly. And instead of shunning your child, educate yourself.
Learn.
So that you can be the best parent. And this is what I tell my mama. If there is deliverance, love me and let God do it.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I tell
All
my
right.
mama.
So listen, I want to make this quick announcement. If you are interested in marketing your business or product here at Kingz in Conversation, make sure that you DM us on our Instagram. On
Kingz in Conversation
on Kingz in Conversation page. DM us, and we will definitely get you connected so that you can market your business and product on our show.
And for everyone who is asking to sit on the sofa with us, because I've been getting a lot of those
Me
DMs,
too.
please hit Mike up.
But please go to the Kingz of Conversation page. My DMs are already lit enough. I would lose you, okay? So go to the
Kingz in Conversation page on Instagram.
On Instagram. And do not hit me up on Twitter because I will not find you, all right? So make sure it's definitely there. But there was a topic that you brought up in our meeting that I thought was absolutely amazing. Men who enjoy anal penetration.
From women.
From women.
Yeah, because I know a lot of women personally.
Okay.
Who penetrate their boyfriends and their husbands.
So wait a minute, you said a lot of women. Is that really like?
I know at least 10 off the top of my head.
I mean, I've seen it on Twitter.
Four of them I've worked with.
I've seen it on Twitter too.
4 of them I've worked with. I'm not going to mention your names, but
Right.
4 of them.
And they penetrate their men.
penetrate their men, and they love it, and their
the
men love it.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that their man is gay or have gay tendencies?
I was just about to go there.
think so.
I don't think they're gay.
Me neither.
Because I don't think they're gay because they're still with women, number one. And number two, they're, exploring their sexual fluidity.
Right.
So no, I don't think, now I do have to question, will they ever or have they ever had an attraction to trans women? And if that is the case, would that change the dynamic? Would
Right. Working.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, please comment below. Working in the community of sexual health advocacy, one of the things we learn, it is politically correct if a heterosexual man is attracted to a transgender woman, he is still attracted to a woman.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
We cannot consider that gay.
Right.
Regardless of what she has between her legs, at the end of the day, he's attracted. See, this is he's attracted to the woman. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And being pansexual, it could be a heterosexual. I could be heterosexual in a situation with, female, or I could be attracted to a man, or I could be attracted to a transgender woman or a transgender man. So it does not matter at the end of the day if he is attracted to a transgender woman. She's still a woman.
Yeah.
And I know that's hard for a lot of people to digest.
Yes.
But the truth is, she is still a woman.
Chew on it. You can digest it.
Why do you think, and this is a little off the subject, but it's on the subject.
Yes.
Why do you think it's okay and it's sexy for two women to be sexually involved?
Guys.
Yeah, heterosexual men love that.
But it's not okay for two heterosexual guys.
Right.
If two heterosexual guys, I'm sorry. If a heterosexual guy does it with another gay guy,
right,
they're looking at him as being gay.
Right.
If a female decides that she wants to play around or bring another girl in bed and they're doing their do, she's looked at as just being freaky.
Right.
Because guys are greedy. They are.
We are.
And that's their fantasy. So if you got one hole instead of two, well, 4 holes instead of 2, then it's a win-win for you. And that's how most of them look at it. And I know this from having, lesbian or gay friends or sexually fluid female friends who have these situations. Guys are greedy and they just they looking at it as a win-win. Like, oh my God, I get you and you.
Yeah.
So come on, I'm with it. But when it comes down to the ratio of 2 guys, then it's like, so yeah, it's kind of crazy, but
they're calling him gay, or they're calling him bi, and they're calling her the freak.
Right.
You know what I think is so hypocritical? Why is it okay for people to explore their sexuality without doing full exploration? Just like we're dealing with this situation now, and if you follow me on Twitter, you already know that I've spoken out about this, about Flashman Wade, who classifies himself as a heterosexual man, but he's willing to do some type of sex scene with a well-known gay porn actor, right? So to me, if he wants to do that because that's his job and he is exploring his sexuality, why can he not do that? Like,
I don't see an issue.
Why do we have to box him in to just saying you can only be with women?
Right.
First of all, with the why. Forget the why.
That's the problem.
Yes, forget the why. It's his life, and that's the problem with America and the world. Stop worrying about people's lives and let people live their lives. As I've said before, and I'll say it again, everything is not for everybody. Some people like ham, some prefer spam, some like steak, some like hot dogs.
That's right.
Everything ain't for everybody.
And some of us like it all.
Stop
that part.
Exactly.
But why is it that we should not have to answer to you or to you about what it is that we like,
that we
or what we want to do? Worry about your own bag.
That's the problem.
This man is making over $100,000 a month. When you get on that level, then I think we can have a conversation.
Right.
But until then, and people love to shame people. I remember someone on Twitter just said this to me. They said, I will shame whoever I don't agree with. You can disagree with someone.
But see, I don't let people shame me. You can't shame
me.
You
can't shame me either.
Especially when it comes down to the truth.
Right. Exactly.
Me living in my truth, I can never be shamed.
Me living in my truth for my life. My.
Right.
M-Y, my.
Being the key word.
So we're going to wrap this up.
Exactly.
Because, and we've been talking about that forever, people always are afraid of their truth, so they want to talk about your truth.
Yeah. Or they want to put their truth on everybody. And
else.
that is not right. Well, you walk in your truth and worry about you, and you let everybody else worry about themselves. Listen, before we wrap up, we want to make sure that we let you know that we do something called Lunch on Us. So make sure that you go to our Instagram page. You will see a post that says Lunch on Us. Drop us your Cash App, and we will make sure that we will pick one person per week to send out lunch to. Well, we may do more than one. Just kind of all depends.
Just how many of our names we pull?
Yeah, how many ever?
Just when you see the post.
Right, just
put
post
your
it when you see it, right?
You might get lucky.
Make sure that you follow us on all social media, and we appreciate you watching us today. Make sure that you like, share, and comment on this video. Please subscribe.
Yes.
Because we're going to get better and better and better. All right?
And better.
Go ahead, Mo. Yo, to all of Mocha's fans out there, make sure y'all follow him on his
because y'all been giving
Instagram.
Mocha a lot of love.
A lot of love.
Yes, they like this chocolate melon.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right.